Welcome back, Stingers. Tonight I will be answering one of your questions you left under my video with hopes that my answer will help many of you in your relationships, but also in terms of how you see yourself. It is 2025, and my hopes for you is that you have gone through or are in the midst of your breakdown and rebuild that I talk about in my book, Rise from the Ashes, A Scorpio's Guide to Self-Esteem and Rebirth, shedding all of your dead skin, releasing a lot of trauma, releasing defense mechanisms and coping mechanisms that no longer work for you and are really holding you back from cultivating healthy relationships, not just with others, but with yourself. So this year, I decided that every single thing that I do, I'm going to lead with love, self-love. Every single decision that I make, I will ask myself, how is this loving? Is this loving? Is this a decision that I'm making based on feeling good about myself and nurturing myself and helping myself? How will this conversation, how will this phone call, how will this email, how will this decision help me love myself better? Does it come from a place of self-love? Am I responding out of self-love, out of respect for myself, out of worth for myself? And this is something that I want to implement with you guys. Speaking of love, I want to thank Outer Spirit for sharing their healing gemstone bracelet sets with me. This is the Love Pack containing rose quartz, jasper, and rhodonite. This particular set I chose because it opens up the love chakras. It helps promote healing and grounding. Also, it does encourage you to release resentment, and it promotes self-love. Head over to otterspirit.com where you can shop by zodiac sign, intention, or specific gemstones. I love the shop by intention because I always know exactly what I want. As you can see, they have a variety of intentions you can choose from. The combination of these gemstones are so perfect. I'm in love with this love pack because it just exudes all of the energy that I want to embody. They even have a list of the meanings of all of the stones, so you can see exactly what energy you're going to receive. Also, you can choose your sizes as well. I know you're going to absolutely adore every single thing in the shop. There was a question under one of my videos that I thought was worth exploring, not just for the person who answered it, but for everyone. So we have a Sagittarius who is in a new relationship with a Scorpio. He has not shown up for her, and he has not been a person of his word. She's wondering, how would a Scorpio respond after they've hurt your feelings and you called them out on their BS? Before I answer that question, I want to go back. I grew up during the 70s through the 80s, and we formed relationships in a very slow pace. We really got to know each other. We hung out together. We got to know each other's families. You know, we decided whether we wanted to take things further. There was a very slow cultivation. 2025, I'm in a totally different era. People want instant gratification. You meet someone and all of a sudden they're responsible for you. You're supposed to be responsible for them. There's so much pressure to bond very quickly. You want me to call you right back. Why didn't you text me in 2 seconds? What is going on with us? I don't understand this relationship. You don't know this young man at all. He does not know you at all. He has no responsibility towards you at all. You have none towards him at all. I don't know where the days have gone where you can just go out on a date and just have a nice meal, laugh, have fun, and just go home and mind your business and just say, that was fun. Being satisfied with the experience, saying, I had a great time and that was it. And if if the phone rang again and they said, you know what? I had a really great time. Did you? Yeah. Let's do it again next weekend. And then you just put one foot in front of the other. You didn't sit by and say, he didn't call me back. I'm going to curse him out. I'm going to go off on him. Where does this responsibility come into play? At what moment do I hang out with you and now I'm responsible for you in some sort of way? Now you have this big expectation. Here's where the self-love comes in. I want you guys to start leading from a place of self-reflection and love. Many of you ask questions that are so unloving. Somebody cussed me out. What do I do? Oh my gosh, wow. You just got disrespected and you're asking me, a person who does not know you, what should you do? That is the most unloving, unprotective question that I've ever heard. How would you protect your children? How would you protect your siblings? How would you protect your elderly parents if someone cussed them out? What makes you any different? Many of you are not coming from a place of self-protection. You have not built yourself up to care about yourself. And when you meet someone and they're not a man of their word, they're not a woman of their word, to say, oh wow, that's all I needed to see. I don't know this person. I don't know their life story. I don't know their angles, honey. I don't know their defense mechanisms, their coping mechanisms, their trauma. I don't know anything about these people. But what they're showing me now is not in concert with who I am. If you cannot show up for me, then I don't want to see you again. And it's really that simple. You don't have to call someone out. You don't have to go off on anybody. You don't have to explain anything to anyone that you don't know, that you don't have any responsibility towards. This is where I get confused. What do you want this person to do? Do you want them to profess some love to you after a month, after 2 months, after 3 months? They don't owe you anything. They don't. It's not up to them to apologize to you for anything. It's up to you to love yourself, to protect yourself like you would any child. A child you didn't even know you would run and protect. Like you would a small animal that you saw wounded. You would run and pick him up and say, I'm going to take you in the house so that no one hurts you. But you leave yourself outside and vulnerable to people treating you any old way, saying whatever they want to say, and you're waiting by the phone for more of the treatment. I have a question for you. Why would you want them to call you back? Why would you want to move forward? Why would you even care after that? After they've shown you that they're not a person of their word. After they're not showing up for you. How much more can you take? How much more? How much disrespect can you take? Because they're wondering too. They're like, oh, I don't have to show up and she'll call me back. She'll wait by the phone for me. She'll spend $1,000 at ScorpioSunScorpioMoon.com asking a bunch of questions. This is a reason why I don't do sessions anymore. I used to do one-on-one sessions. I will never do them again. I would say 90% of those sessions were people who were in such an unloving place that they would allow and open themselves up to any type of disrespect, to any type of relationship that was unsavory, that was hurtful. And then they would ask me, what should I do? What should I do? What should I do? This is not love. This is not self-love. And some of you proclaim that you are so worthy. Show me. Show me that you are worthy by hanging up that phone, by not answering the call anymore, by looking at yourself and say, oh, this is not what we do. And sending them on their way. Sending them on their way. Do you guys remember many, many years ago when I was out dating? And I told you guys I went out with someone and he almost got 4 dates. Lovely person. Lovely person. And we had plans, and he would, at the last moment, he did call. He called and texted and called and texted, and I didn't catch it because I was busy. And I finally got it, and he was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I have to be with my family, yada, yada, yada. And I was like, okay, all right, no big deal. So that was just one time, guys. That was one time. And then it happened again. He was like, oh, I can't come pick you up. And I said, ooh. I said, well, we have a problem here. I said, because you did it once, and now you're doing it again. I said, you know what? Don't pick me up then. Don't do it, like, ever. You know what I mean? And I meant it sincerely. I didn't try to hurt him in any way. I wasn't telling him like, oh my God, like I didn't have an attitude about it. I was protecting myself, and I have enough self-love to say, you know what? I let you get away with that once with no problem. Okay, we all have family emergencies. 2 times in a row for me personally. Maybe you would have let it slide. But for me personally, that was enough. I saw enough that now that's going to be an issue. And he did say, give me one more chance. I said, one more chance to do it again. I said, no, thank you. I send him on his way, honey. And I hope that he found the person that's right for him. Maybe he's just more detached, and there are plenty of women in the world who are very detached, who are like, hey, whatever, who cares? Okay, I'll see you when I see you. And it works out great. I am not like that. I am not like that personally. And I don't think you're like that personally either, because somebody didn't show up for you, and somebody is not treating you in the way that you feel like you should be treated. Yet, you're still leaving room for them to walk back in your door. And I know that because you're asking me this question. I'm not asking anyone questions about that person a long time ago who didn't show up twice. Okay? I'm not asking any questions. I don't care. I don't care why you can't show up. It's the fact that you're not showing up. So I've seen enough. With me, my fuse is very short. Like, I've seen enough. You said enough. That's it. I've grown enough self-love to say that is it. One time, okay. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. A lot of you guys, it's shame on you. You're in 4 years, 5 years. You got kids by these people. You're not loving yourselves. You love an animal on the street more. A stray dog, you'll love them more. I want you guys to think about this. What should you do? I think I answered that question. I do. I want to thank you guys for always supporting my channel. Scorpio Sun, Scorpio Moon is the first social media platform about Scorpios by a real Scorpio. I not only talk about Scorpios and astrology, I talk about evolution, self-growth, and self-love. You can visit my website to book a chart reading, order books, or take a course. Thank you so much to Outer Spirit for always sending your amazing jewelry. They're being super generous to all my viewers, giving 20% off of your entire purchase by using my link in the description. I also want to thank you guys for supporting my new beauty brand, Fall of 1975. I make the best butter balms for lips and hands. This is chocolate cake, and it is so decadent. I will never ever in my life buy a balm from the store again. So rich, so creamy, made from all natural butters and oils. And I know you guys are going to love it.